So this is a review of a stilt house. These houses up in the hills were added sometime after all the other apartments. People wanted to have mansions, and these were considered to be a little bit more luxurious than the regular apartments you can buy in town. You can see those tower blocks over there. You can have apartments in many of those tower blocks in the center of the city. This is up in the North Hills. And you can own up to 6 apartments or garages. Sometimes the garage has no apartment attached to it. A 10-car apartment, so a 10-car garage attached to an apartment, can cost anything from 200,000 up to nearly $1 million. The stilt houses in particular are on the expensive side, stilt houses or stilt apartments. And there's a variety of looks to them, but the main thing is they're up here on kind of this less accessible roads, and that's the first main problem with them. The reason for owning an apartment in this game is because you can use it as a base of operations. You can start from it and quickly get to other places you need to get to in the map. That doesn't really apply here. I'm trying to find my apartment and not really coming up with anything, so let's take out some of the locations and just have the stilt apartments. Still coming with a lot of towers here. So I'm not finding my particular one. Maybe that's because I already own it. Anyway, putting the phone away for now. Here's my stilt apartment or stilt house. And the first thing to notice is the garage is separate from the house. Unlike the apartments in town, there's no way to get from the garage directly to the house. So although you can store vehicles in here, you can't quickly go up to your apartment. The garage functions in all other ways just like a 10-car garage for any other apartment. But to get to the house, you have to leave the garage and walk up the road. And by the way, there's no sidewalk here. I'm walking where the traffic goes to get into my house. And there's the little cutscene you get. Always have a little atrium in these things. I guess that means they don't have to show the outside. And here's my apartment. I've got a kitchen, just like in the apartments, with some stuff you can't interact with. You can drink the green juice, just like in your apartment. I've shown that in a different video. Okay, apartments have to have kitchens, I guess. In this occasion, the bedroom is down the stairs. And it's a nice enough bedroom with a big walk-in closet. Oh, and I have a balcony. Let's go out on the balcony. Oh, I can't. None of the windows open. What's the point of a balcony if you can't go on it? Got an interesting view of the city there, I guess, but I could have that just by standing in the street. I want to be on the balcony. Can't use it. There's a radio. What's in here? Nothing. What's in here? Nothing. Okay. That's a disappointment. Can't use the downstairs balcony. There's a bathroom. Just like in any other apartment, huh? Doesn't look like me. Okay. So there's a bathroom, and you can actually use the shower, but you'll be wearing your undergarments or a bikini or swimming costume in the shower. So there's that. I wonder what's down here. Little area. Oh, here's the heist room. So I could plan a heist from here. I could continue the heist I've started somewhere else from here. But then if I just want to use this to get back from somewhere, I've got to go up all these stairs to get to my apartment, and then I've got to go out the front door onto the street where there is traffic and walk to my garage to get a car. So that's not terribly convenient. And then this house does have, oh, I didn't mean to go in the garage, it does have a little pool. That's nice, I've got a little pool. Let's go check out the pool. How do I get to the pool? Well, I can't get to it from inside the apartment. What I actually have to do is climb up this wall, through the bushes, and here's my pool. Now, that's my apartment right there. I own this, but none of these windows open. I can't get through the windows. There's no door. So I can't access my own pool or balcony from the apartment. There's the upstairs balcony. Here's the downstairs one with my bedroom. There's no way to get in or out. Now I can use the pool. It doesn't switch me into swimming costume, but I'm kind of in jogging stuff, so not terrible. Here's my pool. That's it. And, whoops, I do have a nice view of the city. There's the Krastenberg Hotel off there. Maze Tower. I don't know what that building's called. And then over there towards the new builds, there's the Eclipse Tower and the hills up there. But how do I get back into my house? And again, that upper balcony, you can't access it from the windows. There's no doors, they're just windows. So this is one of the nicest of the Stilt apartments, and I wouldn't recommend you buy any of them because they don't function in any useful way. You can't quickly go from the heist room to your garage and start a new job. You can't quickly go from anywhere in the building to your garage and start a new job. You can't use the pool without climbing over the railing, which is insane, and I think this is the only one that has a pool, but you can't use it. So any member of the public can access this pool just like you can. Doesn't make any difference who owns it. It looks different, a little bit different on the inside, but that's not enough to make you want to buy it. And you've got a view, but then you've got a view from your office, you've got a view from other places, you don't need a view. So I had been hoping for more than just what I got when I bought this Stilt house, and after this video I'm actually going to sell it and buy a different apartment. One problem is once you've got an apartment you can't sell it and have no apartment. So you can have one apartment, when you buy a second one you can replace the first one or have two. But once you've got two you can't go back down to only having one. One thing I have discovered is you can have multiple apartments at the same address. So I could buy another apartment over in Del Perro Tower, which is my main apartment, and that basically gives me another garage that I can go to quickly. That's kind of useful, but this is not useful. It's also not terribly luxurious because although I have a very, very small pool, I don't have access to my pool without climbing over the potted plants. So I think when they added these Stilt apartments to the game, people may have been asking for them, but I don't think they got what they wanted. They didn't make any real effort to produce these in any way different or more interesting than the other apartments, and they're kind of on the expensive side. And you see how on the big map, to get to my apartment, I've got to drive around a bunch of little windy side roads. So even if I do drive away from this apartment, it's not convenient. Whereas my main apartment here, when I come out of the garage, I'm already on one of the main roads through the city, this one. But this does not put me on a main road. Now I have a 10-car garage here in Eclipse Tower, and I'm very tempted to get rid of that one because it doesn't offer any advantages over Tinsel Tower here. I have 2 apartments in Tinsel Tower, and I will show you why in another video. I have 1 apartment over here in Del Perro Tower, so that's 5 of my 6 potential properties I'm allowed. You're allowed currently 6 different apartments. And my 6th one is down here. And it's not a full 10-car garage, it's only a 6-car garage. But the reason I own this is it helps me find my meth business. The meth business does not show up until you're very close to it. But the apartment shows up a lot further away. So I use this purely to guide me to the meth business when I'm flying across town. So when I'm supplying my businesses, I have to do cocaine here, cash here, counterfeit cash, and then meth way over this side of town. So I'll usually use some kind of flying vehicle, a thruster or a presser or a helicopter, and fly to these 3 different businesses. Frequently I will spawn up here at the casino, get a Pegasus helicopter, and then I can hit all those 3 very, very quickly, and the vehicle won't vanish. And then also I'll go up here and supply my bunker, possibly sell the goods if it's filled. So this apartment, this Stilt apartment, and all the Stilt apartments, they're all in this kind of region, really give you nothing in the game that is useful to you, and less than some of the other apartment locations. Now there are also some centre of town locations down here, and what I might do is trade this one in and buy something more central here and see if that's useful. Once you've got enough money, it doesn't really matter. You know, you can own all these apartments. You're paying money for each one, by the way, so the more apartments you own, the more you're paying in property and taxes every day. But I'm making enough money, it doesn't really matter to me that much. But I would think carefully, if you're going to have more than just the one 10-car garage apartment, think about where you want it to be. I would say probably not way up here, probably not Eclipse. Tinsel is useful and could potentially be money generating, and I'll show you why, other than just the high strip. But not these ones, not Eclipse, not these, unless you just want it for the prestige. I'm going to see if I can find one maybe down here, or you can buy property way out of town. You can buy, I did have one up in Palito Bay up here, and it was useful because I could spawn myself up in Palito Bay very quickly if I had something I wanted to do up here. So I might do that, go and buy that apartment again. It's not a 10-car, it's only a 6-car garage, so I'm losing 4 car spaces, and I don't have the heist room. But that's not a huge difficulty for me at the moment. I have enough car spaces I'm not using that I'm not worried about 4 more spaces. So that's just a quick review of the Stilt apartment I own, and Stilt apartments generally, and why I don't think they're a useful addition to your individual portfolio, or actually anything in the game. And it's a disappointment, but hey, I can always trade it in for something else, but I can't just sell it and have no apartment. I've got to replace it with a different apartment. I could replace it with a 2-car garage, and that would cut my bills a little bit, and maybe I'll do that. Anyway, that's the review of the apartment. Last look of the city from this balcony, unless I choose to just climb over the balcony one day, because anybody could. And I'll see you in another video.